So back in 2014, I was in college, and much of my college time was spent in the apartment playing endless rounds of Mario Kart 8 in a room filled with Papa John's pizza boxes, basically degenerating on a couch. But when the games of Mario Kart 8 began to get boring, the one thing that me and my roommates would turn to for entertainment was, well, these fail compilations on YouTube. And as any true compilation connoisseur knows, one of the best genres of fail videos on YouTube are these news blooper videos. And in today's Whatever Happened To video, we're going to be talking about a news blooper in a sense, almost the blooper of bloopers, the king of all news fails. This video is going to be about the hooded man himself, the fucker right in the pussy guy.
Fucker right in the pussy!
I remember when this blooper became a big meme, it was like everyone and your grandma was uttering the words, "fuck her right in the pussy." It became this nationwide phenomenon, like the phrase itself had become larger than life. But let's examine how all this happened, the origin and the conclusion of FHRITP. I think that's the abbreviation. We're gonna call him FH for now, just so this video doesn't get age restricted, okay? The origin of the FH guy can all be traced back to a YouTube channel with the name of Kane Da Bomb, a seemingly random YouTube channel created all the way back in June of 2008. The channel had one prominent video featured on it, the January 4th, 2014 video titled "Reporter Fired for Remarks About Missing Woman on Live TV," which was basically your run-of-the-mill news blooper type video, but note the key phrase used in this video, a phrase you are all well familiar with at this point.
Oh, I don't care if she's 20. Hell, I'd fuck her. You can't say you wouldn't fuck her. Maybe that's what I'll do when they find her. I'll go and fuck her. Fuck her right in her pussy.
It seemed like this Kane Da Bomb channel had set the stage for 2014 being the year of fucking her right in the pussy. And this video was definitely the first occurrence of that phrase being uttered on YouTube in a news blooper type setting. And just a week after this video dropped, it was featured on Ray William Johnson's show and gave it a healthy boost in viewership, bringing up the view count to just over 1 million views by the time February came around. But I hear you asking, Wavy, what does this Kane Da Bomb channel have anything to do with FH guy? Just cool your jets for a second. Given context, it's all gonna make sense. But on February 13th of 2014, the FHRITP fad would be taken to another level when a news blooper appeared on a mysterious channel called the POF Guy. This news broadcast would be interrupted by a man wearing a black hoodie and sunglasses, the iconic FHRITP guy.
It's very, very unusual.
The 3 victims were part of a CXS.
Fucker right in the pussy!
Oh my goodness, and obviously somebody has interfered with Laura Ingalls' live shot, grabbing her mic and running. We apologize for the profanity, which he also said on our air.
But who was the mysterious hooded prankster? Well, to everyone's surprise, the man would appear again on the POF Guy's channel, this time in a video called "Man Trolls News" on live TV.
It is going to be a big cleanup.
It took crews longer than anticipated to find the crack in the 64-year-old pipeline. I'm standing here with Fred, who says he was greatly impacted by the gushing of oil. Can you tell us a little more of what you saw?
I sure can. I was sitting on my front porch, grabbed a beer, and fuck her right in the pussy.
Back.
Like,
it's disgusting.
And it was in this video that we learned the FH guy's name was apparently Fred. He had somehow made it a skill to track down these news reporters and bamboozling them throughout 2014. He would strike again and again.
So you have not purchased your costume yet. What are you going to be this year?
A prostitute.
Okay. This gentleman here has purchased his costume. What are you going to be this year, sir?
I really don't know what this is, but I've got something a whole lot scarier.
Let's see it.
Sure thing.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Officials say that the U.S. could have similar problems with its power grid if solar winds strike major...
Fuck her right in the pussy.
People around the country were captivated by Fred's antics. How was he able to do it? How was he able to track down all these news reporters and find his way into the shot to utter his famous phrase? Fred had definitely ascended to living meme at this point. The mysterious Fred would sit down for an interview in May of 2014 where he answered a few questions and shined some light on why he does what he does.
I made a special trip to Fred's hometown to score an exclusive interview with the man that has the entire nation on edge. Someone once said freedom of speech is to protect unpopular speech more than popular speech. Did you do it because you're a true American?
I did it because it needed to be done.
Do you have any more future plans for live on-air profanity?
I have to look for it. I mean, it just doesn't go around. You don't see it on the street corner. So I just wait for it when it happens. See a new big story going on someplace, you know there's going to be some reporters. Sometimes you can't get around them, other times you got to lie your way in.
How does it feel for you to be an established internet artist, Fred?
I don't consider myself an artist. I just consider myself somebody who goes out there and says, fuck 'em right in the pussy. If they can't handle it, then, you know, that's the problem. I didn't know that was being an artist. I thought that was just me saying how I felt.
So definitely an eccentric character, but as I previously said, the country was falling in love with this guy, and you had people trying to replicate what he did in a fashion of their own, trying to like bust in news interviews and utter the famous phrase. Well, it didn't always go so well for these types of people. On September 16th, 2014, several students at Florida State University tweeted that the FSU quarterback Jameis Winston stood on a table on campus and yelled "fuck her" right in the pussy. And the following day, USA Today sports journalist Dan Wolken tweeted that the university had suspended Winston for the first half of an upcoming game. So at this point, the FHRITP phrase was getting some people in trouble, but this whole situation escalated even further in another case of people trying to replicate Fred. There were also cases of media outlets, you know, talk shows, reporters, making it clear that they weren't the biggest fans of Fred. A controversy would emerge on May 10th of 2015. Toronto City News TV reporter Shauna Hunt was interviewing fans of the city's Major League Soccer club, and suddenly she was interrupted by a group of hecklers yelling out the vulgar phrase into the microphone.
Wait, hold on. Were you guys waiting around to see if you could F her and the P me live on TV?
Yes.
Is that what you were waiting?
Not you, but yes.
You were? Seriously?
Yes.
Can I ask why you would want to do something like that?
I feel like it's quite substantial.
No, seriously. Why? I mean, it's a disgusting thing to say. It's degrading to women, and
Who else are you gonna do it?
You would humiliate me on live television?
Not you. Are you actually filming this?
The following day, one of the men who spoke on behalf of the group was identified as Sean Simos, an assistant network management engineer at the city-state-owned electric utility company Hydro One, and he was subsequently terminated from his job for violating the company's code of conduct. People were really out here losing their job for saying "fuck her right in the pussy" in public. You guys gotta be careful. I think we need to take a second and pump the brakes and sort of look at what Fred has done at this point and examine the logistics of it, because Fred had busted his way into what, like 3 or 4 news interviews at this point. I mean, when you look at the logistics of something like that, you'd have to be either really lucky or have basically endless amounts of time on your hand to track down these interviews and bamboozle your way into them. So it's at this point that I would like to propose that, is this possibly a hoax? Don't click off the video yet. Let's look at this, okay? So let's go all the way back to the beginning and look at our good old friend Mr. Kane da Bomb's channel, because that was the first mentioning of the FHRITP phrase, so it's the good starting point. So as I mentioned, Kane da Bomb's channel featured the first video that had the FHRITP phrase in it in this news blooper format. We'll keep that username Kane da Bomb handy in your brain for a second as we go to the first video on the POF Guy's channel, the video that features Fred's first appearance. In the description box of this video lies a link to a liveleak.com channel called Kane Pro. This LiveLeak channel doesn't feature the Kane da Bomb video, but it does feature every video that has Fred in it. And with the similarities in the username, Kane da Bomb and Kane Pro, it wouldn't be a stretch of the imagination to think that this might be the same guy. So let's go ahead and assume that the guy on the Kane da Bomb YouTube channel who made the News Reporter Gets Fired video, who said FHRITP for the first time, is the same guy who was running this LiveLeak channel and allegedly running the POF Guy channel. So basically you have one guy running the LiveLeak, the POF Guy, and Kane da Bomb, all of which are circled around this FHRITP content. But all we have are a bunch of usernames and channel names. Who is Kane Pro? Who is this guy? Well, a bit of cyber sleuthing on Twitter reveals a handle back in early 2014 called Kane da Bomb, which is the name of the original News Reporter Gets Fired YouTube channel. And it has the government name of John Kane attached with that Kane da Bomb handle. And this Twitter account has tweets that feature exclusively FHRITP content. And these tweets were posted around the time of Kane da Bomb's original first video. It seemed whoever this John Kane guy was, that he was somehow directly connected with Fred, or he was directly involved with this FHRITP project. Something was certainly fishy here. Well, on January 2nd of 2015, a bombshell would be dropped. John Kane, the owner of all of the Kane Pro channels and the POF Guy channel, revealed that the FHRITP fad, the whole news interview, Fred's antics, it was all a hoax, orchestrated by him.
Hey everybody, my name is John Kane, and 1 year ago today I uploaded a video to liveleak.com pretending to be a news reporter talking about a missing woman and how I wanted to fuck her right in the pussy if she was ever found. Well, being the 1 year anniversary, I've decided to release the bloopers.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Try it once. Yeah, go ahead, blah, 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 blah.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
The 3 victims were a part of the CSX. Oh, we messed up.
Crack in the 64-year-old pipeline. I'm standing here with Fred, who says he witnessed a sheep fucking his dad.
And she's gonna say a prostitute, and I'm gonna come back to you like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, this guy's already got his costume.
Okay.
What exactly are you?
Winds strike major areas.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Getting some of her jerking the hell out of it?
Oh yeah, you got it all.
John Kane explains that Fred was just one of the actors among many that were involved in his news blooper projects. All of these news reporters, actors. The guy in the News Reporter Gets Fired video, that's John Kane. Fred Ferguson, that's Fred. All of these people are actors. And a few days after he published the video explaining the whole FHRITP thing was a big hoax, he posted another video explaining why he decided to come out and explain that it was a hoax.
Some people said, how did you meet Fred? I used to own a high-speed internet company where I provided high-speed internet service throughout my entire county. It failed miserably, but he was one of my customers. So I kind of knew who he was anyway, and we were already Facebook friends. Why did you release the bloopers to fuck her right in the pussy and ruin everybody's life? Well, because I'm a dick. I'm a fucking asshole. And that's what I like to do. No, but really, fuck her right in the pussy was actually dying. I don't know if you do that or not. Maybe you, I know you heard fuck her right in the pussy over and over and over, but it was dying. If you go to trends.google.com, type in fuck her right in the pussy, it's got some spikes. Katy Perry posted it, bam, we got some more spikes. It starts going down. Jameis Winston jumps up on a table, supposedly. I swear I think that was a publicity stunt for the whole thing. I don't think that ever happened. I think they just said it happened so more people would watch that game between Florida State and Clemson. Whatever, it don't even matter. But they used it, so it went back up. And then it was used on Comedy Central a bunch of times, so it kept going up and down. But then it started dropping, and it was real close to dying, so I was like, well, might as well make a little bit more money off of it and release the bloopers. So that's why I released the bloopers, to be honest, yeah.
So yeah, pretty much for a whole year, the entire world was fooled by some amateur filmmaker and some random dude from Kentucky named Fred. None of these bloopers were real, to my dismay and the dismay of many others. Fred would go on to live the life of a Z-tier celebrity, boasting just over 3,000 Instagram followers, and I would imagine he gets recognized from time to time. And it appears John Kane is doing pretty well, as he's the owner of the FHRITP official website, which hosts a store that sells some t-shirts. So maybe John Kane and Fred have cashed in a little bit on this fad. But what do you guys think about fuck her right in the pussy? I vividly remember this being like a big deal in 2014. Almost everyone was just like running around saying this, especially when alcohol was involved. For some reason that really makes you want to FHRITP. You want to just FHRITP all over the place. But let me know what you think in the comments section. I appreciate the comments. Every time someone suggests something, there's a chance that you may have a suggestion that I haven't even thought of, or some random internet meme, which is just so old that it's kind of gone over my head. But thanks for watching, and make sure you check out my affiliate Cool Shirts for some banging winter gear. They've had some really good articles of clothing come out in the past few months. I highly recommend you check out that 10% off link in the description box. Major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate y'all's continued patronage, and Wavy Web Surf is out. Peace.